From all the corners of the Archdiocese of Douala, Catholic Christians turned out in their numbers to accompany the over 252 pastors from all the 72 parishes gathered around the Archbishop Samuel Kleda and Archbishop Emeritus Cardinal Christian Tume to celebrate this year's Chrism Mass. A ceremony coordinated by the Vurifo Pastoral Zone began with the solemn procession of the clergy into the St. Peter and Paul's Cathedral, Bonadibong. It is a celebration that highlights the unity of the priesthood as they assembled around their chief shepherd, the role of the Archbishop, the renewal of ordination vows by priests, and the blessing of oils. In a lively celebration, Christians sang the glory of God for so great a gift of the priesthood. While the first reading from the prophet Isaiah chapter 61, verses 1 to 3, verse 6 and verses 8 to 9 declares the Spirit of the Lord upon his servants, who will be called ministers of God, for the Lord has anointed him. And the second reading from the book of Apocalypse chapter 1 verses 5 to 8 talks of Jesus Christ, who has made us a line of priests and kings by washing away our sins with his blood. The Gospel of Luke chapter 4 verses 16 to 21 presents Jesus in Nazareth in the synagogue, declaring the Spirit of the Lord which has been given him, for he has anointed him. In his homily, the Metropolitan Archbishop Samuel Kleda began by indicating that they are celebrating the gift of the priesthood given by Christ for the sanctification of his people. He elaborated on the concern of Christ for the poor and the lonely, people who have no share of the common good. Paradoxically, Jesus' action thereby bestowed kingship and royalty on his people. He reminded priests that they have been chosen for a special service in which every act they pose should be one that transmits the love of Christ to men. And so he advised them that they have to renounce all that keep them away from Christ, for no one can serve two masters at the same time. If they wish to proclaim liberty to captives, then they need to be free from things that will make them blamable. In this case, they must avoid being objects of scandal in a society that has eyes fixed on each priest. He nevertheless turned to the Christian faithfuls to help them with their pastors to live their lives at the service of the people of God by praying for them. Then came the main activities of the day, where priests renewed their vows for the love of Christ and the service to the church and the blessing of oils. 3 oils blessed were oil of the sick, oil of catechumen, and the holy chrism, oils that will be used in the celebration of sacraments throughout the year. As a sign of their solidarity with their priest, Christians offered gifts in kind for the well-being of their priest. At the end of the celebration, the Archbishop expressed their joy of carrying out an instruction given by Christ himself to celebrate the Eucharist in remembrance of him, a service which they are happy to render.